I have been waiting for this one since I've heard about it. The A600GS. And I finally got mine in the mail. Not in the best condition. The package was... well, it seems to have been through war. Maybe... I'm not sure what has happened to it. But hopefully what's inside is working. So let's find out together if it's still in one piece and how good it is. So, time for some unboxing. I guess that is popular on the internet. It's a quite sad state, this package. I wish the postman was a bit nicer to it. Hopefully what's inside is in one piece. I'm glad when I open it. The case of the A600 looks to be in good shape. I was afraid it was crushed, to be honest. And I got a quite cool serial number, 100. That's cool. I like how they've used the check mark from the original Amiga logo to enhance the airflow of the unit. On the back we have the usual suspect. I think it's called micro HDMI, audio jack, power in, some USB ports and Ethernet. On the front we have the possibility to connect an old school joystick. There is of course the manual, a quite nice one. Sadly mine has gotten some rough handling from the postman. Also included in the kit is this joypad. The button seems quite good. Nothing fancy, but I like the feel of it. And luckily, and I'm very happy you included this, the micro HDMI to normal HDMI. It would be a pain if that was not included. And a USB-C power cable. And that's about it. So, all connected and time to turn it on. But what is this? A Windows key? This will not happen. Let's do better. With this Arduino-based controller, we can connect the original Amiga 500 keyboard and make it a USB HID interface. I will give a link in the description if you want to buy one yourself. If you already have an Arduino, you can download the firmware for it and make one yourself. So I'll just fasten this with some double-sided tape and screw it all together. And I think with this setup we have a much better looking system and none of those Windows keys. All fixed. I really like the look of this setup with the black Amiga keyboard and the A600GS. I really like the look of it. But let's do some initial setup before testing. Just entering some Wi-Fi passwords and doing some updates and everything that is needed. So let's first try Final Writer. I guess productivity applications is what I want to use this for. I don't really care about the games. And seems to be working and starting on an RTG display. And it crashed. Not a great start, this. It did restart, and I didn't experience any more crashing of Final Writer, so I'm not sure why it crashed. But I didn't experience any more crashing with it, and I did test it for quite a while. Next test for me is Personal Paint. It is one of the programs I hope to use a lot on this system. So hopefully that works like it's supposed to. This is a new version of Personal Paint, I think, specially made for this system. Initially, I just want to see that it's actually working, so I'm just making a red square and I will try to save it. That's all I want to try right now. And this seems to work perfectly. No issues, as expected. The next thing I'm trying is Octamed, so I'm starting that from the launcher. And that just crashes out to the menu. But what's really important to me is how well the desktop environment is working. I've only seen screenshots of it and it looks really nice. So this is my first try on AmiBench. And if we look at the About section up here, we can see everyone involved making it. A lot of well-known names from the Amiga community. One thing I notice while using the desktop is that I find it quite slow. It's hard to put a finger on, but it's not as fast as my PyStorm setup on my Amiga 500. So maybe I've gotten used to blistering fast because of 96 mode that is hard to recreate, but it's not as fast as the PyStorm. When trying Octamed from inside the desktop, I'm very happy to see that it is working like it's supposed to, and I'm able to load up Octamed module and get proper sound output. Another mandatory thing to test is of course the Control Amiga, and it works. I did try a lot of things in the desktop environment, and I struggled with playing music from the music players. And I did experience some crashing like this and some slowdowns. So I think I will stop this demonstration here. Sadly, a bit buggy and slow. I was hoping for a new desktop Amiga, but at the current state it isn't. It's also a bit fiddly to get files in and out. I haven't found any other way than from transferring HD images. And I'm kind of disappointed that there isn't included a working web browser and stuff like that to make it easier to transfer files into the desktop environment. I would really hope those things were there. But let's use it like I think it's supposed to be used as a game system and give that part of it a try. It is quite easy to transfer your own games, just plug in a USB drive and press add and browse to the ADF. It also supports WHD load and hard disk images. As you can see, the icon is not very nice when you add it, but if you press F12 during gameplay, you can save a screenshot to the icon. That looks a lot better. One of the selling points of this system is that you can connect real joysticks, but I could not for the life of me make it work. You're supposed to be able to add it if you double click the buttons in the controller preferences, but it would not show up whatever I did. The same joystick works in my real Amiga, so it's not a problem with the joystick. I tried absolutely everything I could think of. Pressing every combination I could possibly think of, rebooting, pressing the buttons during boot. I tried reading the manual to look for clues. In the end I gave up and just used the gamepad. I am happy to inform though that the gameplay is very good. It's not any noticeable lag and the game floats very well. So no problem at all playing this classic of a racing game. I have moved to another place, and it's another day. I have been trying to figure out if there is something wrong with my unit, and it seems to not be. I have spoken to the developers, and the problems I had with Octamed not starting is a known issue that is getting fixed this week. Super. It does work from inside the desktop environment, which is most important. The slowdowns I've noticed in the desktop environment are due to the 68K emulation. They are slowly porting the libraries over to native ARM, which will make this faster, according to the developers. I have high hopes for the future of this, but right now it is not in a state that I enjoy using. I need to be honest and say it like that. But it is a project that I support and I have high hopes for in the future. So who is this for then? I don't think it's for the casual gamer and the kind of person that would buy the A500 Mini. I think this is for the enthusiast, the Amiga lovers. And it is based on AROS, which I think is important. AROS is the path ahead, I think, and I believe. So that's my conclusion. I have high hopes for it. I will keep it updated, and I will, when it gets to a state that I enjoy, make a new video about it. But until then, cheers, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.